Thank you for joining me, everyone. We want to work on our altered book today. Let's see. As I mentioned in the first episode, I believe, I made an altered book for a swap on Junk Journal Junkies. And on the pages that let's see here if I can find something. Okay, on the pages like this, I only used a single thickness, and I didn't like it. It was too thin. And so I decided on this one I am going to glue two pages together. And so I took some pages that I tore out, and this one I used a glue stick, and you can see what happened. It just curled right up, and besides it's lumpy. I don't know if you can see that, but that didn't work. I was not happy with that. This one I used Fabrifix, and there's a little bit of a lump or line there, and of course I made a mess. There's excess glue around, but look at how nice and flat turned out. So that's what I'm going to use, and hopefully I won't make too much of a mess. And I need some wax paper. I have 2 pieces of wax paper. And also I'm going to use an Amazon card because I have a million of these. I don't know why. Most of them I don't throw out. I don't know why I don't do that. But I guess I thought maybe there was something I could do with them. So these first 2 pages, this is what's going to have these pockets glued to. So these first 2 pages I'm going to glue together, and we're going to put some wax paper in here so we don't spread the glue to the next pages. Maybe we'll only need 1, and I'm going to start by putting some glue here, maybe just a couple rows. We want to do a little bit at a time instead of trying to do the whole page at once. Okay, so let's do that. And I'm going to put that down, and I'm going to take this Amazon card and do like that to try and spread it out. And then we're going to open this up. Whoops. There. And then we're going to add more glue. And we'll see how this works. I did some watching on YouTube about glues, and a lot of the white glues have a lot of liquid in them, water, and so okay, and I'm afraid I'm going to run into trouble with these paper clips. So let me get I'm going to get a piece of chipboard. So anyway, there was a lot of talk about the amount of water in some of the white glues. And it's the water, evidently, in the glue that makes your paper buckle and pucker and what have you. Where this stuff, Fabrifix, Fabri-Tac, and I guess that 3-in-1, all made by Beacon, they don't contain water. They contain acetone. And so the paper doesn't buckle. Okay. The reason I'm pulling that back some is because I think there's spaces there, and I think that's why there was a line on my trial paper. There, I think this is going to work and be enough to go out to the edges. Ooh. Okay, let's turn it around this way. There. So now it's pulled out, or squeezed out. Well, that doesn't look too bad on that side. Now we've got to let it dry, which doesn't really take that long. Here's some extra. And now see, there's an extra stiffness on that. Yeah, there's a little bit of a pucker. Anyway, there's an extra stiffness there that's not so thin here like the one page, and it's going to make it a lot more stable. And I didn't make that much of a mess. There's a little bit on the edge. Of course, that oops, I gotta put the lid on here. The wax paper's a mess, and this card I think I'm gonna toss, and we'll use a different one for the next page that we glue together. So there, that is not too bad. Okay, now what I thought was, I think the best way that I think to do it is to cover all the pages with the background paper that I'm going to use on each of the different pages, and then come back through and do the decorating. And so on this page, I'm going to put this, use this paper, because the name of this is Timeless Treasures, and I thought this page with the clock on it was appropriate for that. And then on the next page, I'm going to do this lined paper. I don't know if I mentioned before, I have in some I think I did in the video I made for the journal swap, but I like to make sure that there is, I didn't set my timer, there is a lot of room for journaling, because to me that's what a journal is all about. And So that's why I want to include these lined papers. So let's measure what size we need this to be. 5 1/4. I'm going to do it like 5 1/8, I think. And then by 8 1/8. Oh, maybe a little bit less than 8 1/8. Okay, so 5 1/4. And in order to do that, I want to find the center of the page. I think what I'm going to do is on the back side so I can mark it. So we've got 8 5/8 and oh, there. Okay, 5 1/4. Where's my pen? Oh, there it is. Okay, 5 1/4. And a half of that is 2 1/2, and 1/8 would be 2 5/8. So 6 7 8 and 5/8 would be right here, and 4 5/8 would be right here. Okay, let's cut that off and see how it fits. I absolutely love that Tim Holtz ruler for this very thing. Now, let's see how that works. Oh, that looks really good. And then we're going to take off, what did I say this was? 8, just a little bit less than 8. We want to do 8 1/8. Okay, we'll do 8 1/8. And this is, so we need to cut off just a sliver on both sides. That. And that. Now let's see how that looks. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, and now I am going to use score tape to attach these pages. And the reason I like to do that is because if you make a mistake, there is a product called Undo that you can use to remove this paper from what you've attached it to, what you've glued it to, and dry your paper and your page with the heat gun and reapply it. And I don't know about you guys, but I tend to make a lot of mistakes. And you can't do that with glues. You know, I love my art glitter glue, this stuff right here, but once you stick it, you can't remove it. And no, I did that wrong. I like to put the whole piece across on the long way, but I did it this way, so I'll have to do this. So I like to position my paper where it should be, and then fasten and fasten that down. And then remove the rest and fasten that down. Okay, and then just do like that. And there we have that done. And then we'll do the same thing with this one. And I'll have to cut off just a smidgen on the top and bottom. And then let's remeasure this side, and about 5 1/8 again. So we got to take off about a quarter, or about an eighth. So about a 1/16 off of this side. And a 1/16 off of this side. There, that should be good. There. That looks pretty good. Now let's try it the right way. And I want to place this long strip that's going to be stuck down first on the inside of the page. I almost think I'm going to go back to or get out a 3/8 of an inch tape instead of this 1/2 inch. I'm not used to working with this thick of a score tape, and it's, oh shoot. And it's not comfortable for me. So I think I'm gonna get out a 3/8 inch. Okay, now let's get this off. Okay, we'll just wait. Take this off. Alright, now that's going to go on the inside. So we are going to position this along the edge here. Oh, that's what's wrong. Okay, let's do this. That's what happened. Let's fold that excess back in. There. There, that'll work. Okay, now position that. Oh, nuts. Well, I guess we'll use the undo right away. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to plug in the heat gun. Whoever invented that stuff was a genius, because it works like a charm. Okay, now let's see if we can do this right. We'll put it here. And now we'll press that down. There. That works. And I think I'm gonna stand up there and check my camera or my battery. I can't see the screen when I'm sitting here working, and because of my back I can't stand and work for any length of time. There we go. Beautiful. And now that's nice and stable and stiff to fasten these onto. I'm going to check that. So I have to stand up and see what my battery is doing, if anything. So now I'm going to use this 1/4 inch for now. So now what I thought about was to put this on here. And I need to trim off that bottom just a hair, I think. Oh, maybe about 1/8. Boy, I hope I've been in frame here. Take off about 1/8 of an inch. There we go. Now let's see. Nope, little bit more. Little bit more. There. Now let's see what we got. Beautiful. Okay, now what I want to do is I can't remember how I did that with that other one. Oh, I know how I did it. Let's take that off. Okay, now this background piece, let's put where it should be along the back page, like that. And then we want to where's a pencil? No pencil. There's one. Okay. Now we're going to take this pencil and we're going to I think we need to move that up just a little bit. There. Now, we're going to draw a line on that paper like that. And now we're going to cut it. Okay, and I don't have my eraser over here. Whoops. Alrighty, we don't want that to show. Now, do we okay, now then, we've got this, it's going to go on here, just like this. Okay, first of all, we want to glue this down, and for this, I will use my art glitter glue. We will do this, put glue on this edge, and along the top edge. And then just a little bit in here. Now, we will glue that down. There. Beautiful. And then I've got 47 seconds left on my timer. And let's get this glued on here. In fact, what I think I'll do is I'm going to stop right here and do a part 2. So I will be back.